Today, I want to remind myself and remind you that I do photography for fun. Hello, welcome to my channel. Really excited because it's almost actually fall outside. It's the middle of October. It feels like it's been summer in Colorado. And I want to talk to you about my surprise lens of the summer. And that is the XF 70 to 300 millimeter f4 to 5.6 RLM OIS WR. This lens has been nothing short of a total surprise to me. So the reason this has been such a surprise to me is because of its weight and because its size isn't terribly huge. I do end up taking it with me everywhere. I'll have it in my bag and I'll end up using it in situations that aren't landscapes. You would think that the landscape photography is why you have a 70 to 300. And sure enough, that is a great reason to have it. I use it for that. I've been using it for that all summer, but it's actually in the smaller moments, in the everyday photography, that I've been finding the joy in this. Like that's where I've really been surprised. I would have my lens in my bag. I'd have my 23 millimeter prime on my X-T5. I'd be driving around and then I would decide on a whim to just change to the, this zoom lens, which honestly is not that much larger than the 23 millimeter. This is my 23 millimeter prime. I love this lens. It's a fantastic lens. And this is the 70 to 300. So yes, it's bigger, but it's not so ridiculously big. It's not so ridiculously heavy. It's a very surprising lens. You see f4 to 5.6, and I think in your mind, you think, oh, that's not very bright, not a lot of separation, but you forget about the zoom. You forget about the fact that you're far away, zooming in really close on a subject, and you can get really surprising results. So because of that, I've been shooting a lot with this, just like I said, every day. In landscape photography, I may still struggle at capturing the vast, majestic scenes, but I am pretty good at targeting specific zones of interest. And that's where this lens has really come into play. I went camping. There was a sort of a riverbed that I was looking at. I was trying to do shots of the rapids where I had an ND filter on here, and I was trying to get that, silky, smooth rapids look with long exposure. And, they came out okay. And I was fine with the images. I had just watched a YouTube video. The person was talking about shooting waterfalls. And instead of trying to shoot the waterfall, he would use a zoom lens to zoom right in on very specific parts of the waterfall. So I tried that with this, and I took 2 photos. And the second photo I took is one of my favorite photos of the entire summer. Like everything I've taken, I've been doing this 365-day project, which means I've been taking at least one photo every single day. And of all the photos I've taken, the splash rapids photo is one of my favorite photos of the whole summer. This lens I guess it lends itself to taking chances. That's probably the best way I can put it. It makes me excited to use it. This just feels like this lens I can throw in my bag. I'm not saying that I'm brutal to it, but I don't baby it. I'm not worried about it. It's weather sealed. I take it out in the rain. I've really just been having a lot of fun with this lens. If you're looking at zooms and you already have the 16 millimeter to 55 millimeter, somewhere in there, this is a great step. There's one issue that I have, and that is there is space between 50 and 70 that is really, really missing. It's not a huge deal, but I do kind of wish this was 50 to 300. I think the 50 would really help, because 70 millimeters on a crop sensor, I think that's already over 100 millimeters full frame. You're pretty far away, so there are definitely times when I find myself, this is still too close. Even when it's fully collapsed at 70 millimeters, it's still way too close to what I'm trying to shoot. But, that doesn't happen that often. It has a couple of things that I should note. It has this full range, and then it has 5 meters to infinity. One thing I should note is it does not have the aperture ring with the actual numbers on here. It goes f22 to f4. So if you want to go into manual mode, you just switch it over to manual, and then you use your dials on your Fujifilm camera to adjust the aperture. It has a lock feature that prevents the lens from accidentally, by gravity falling out. Although I got to admit, that's not been an issue for me. It's got a 67 millimeter thread on the front, and I do use case step-up rings for my case filter system. It's been a workhorse. I've been using this pretty steady. I got it in, I want to say the end of April, and I've used it like practically the whole summer. So I don't know what else to say about a zoom lens. I mean, I could show you the sample images all day. I'm really excited about it. And it occurred to me, if you are a follower of this channel, if you've watched any of my videos, you might be saying to yourself, is there a lens that this guy doesn't like? Truth be told, I mean, there are lenses I have used that I don't like, but I don't usually talk about the negative stuff like that because I don't find any need to tell you about lenses I don't like. It's not really, I guess I don't see the point in it. Unless if I got a lens that was so terrible that I wanted to warn you away from it, I might do that. The problems that I had with the lenses were just that they didn't fit my style. They didn't fit my needs. For somebody else, they might be great. So they're not even negative. It's just, it didn't work out for me specifically. But this one does. And I really like this. So if you're looking for a zoom lens and if you've had your eye on this, I would say just look around YouTube, and my enthusiasm for it is real. It is a fun lens. Like if you have the opportunity to get your hands on one, I would highly recommend it because it is a lot of fun. Anyway, that is I don't know if it's a review. That is my take on the Fujifilm XF 70 to 300 millimeter. If you like this video, please remember to like and subscribe. Always helps keep me going, keep me motivated. And as always, I thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.